Hey everybody, today we're going to have a very honest discussion about burnout. Burning out is quite real, and weirdly enough, I actually never really believed in burnout until recently. Whenever people said, oh, I'm burning out, or I'm scared of burning out, or people told me you should be scared slash be concerned about burning out eventually, I told them burning out is a mental health thing that people are somewhat inflating slash exaggerating to excuse themselves of not working hard or mistaking being tired for this broader, bigger, more intense concept of burning out. But recently, as I've been truly living life to the fullest during the week and on the weekends, I have realized that I indeed have burnt out. I do think, to my earlier point, there are two types of burnout. There's physical burnout and there's mental burnout, and probably a combination of both physical and mental burnout. Physical burnout is easy to explain. You're super tired and you're constantly doing things all the time, so your physical body cannot endure what you're doing no longer. And I think I've been really feeling this once I've hit 25. A lot of people have told me you're still young. In fact, they told me you should not say that because it is probably offensive to people that are older and actually feeling physical restraints. But ever since I've hit 25, I think 25 really is a magical number, probably, maybe even more so for men. But I have not been recovering fast enough. And I'm not only talking about getting drunk and waking up hungover, just physically when I go through the day and work hard or do work, then work out, then have some night activities of even relaxing. I feel super tired during the night and waking up. My recovery's not fast enough. Me relaxing slash trying to recover isn't as effective. I used to be able to go all night, go to bed at 4 a.m., wake up at 6 a.m., and feel relatively fine. But nowadays, that's just not the case. Physical burnout is real. The focus of this video, however, is mental burnout slash capacity. One thing that I've been always highlighting in my channel is living life to the fullest, and my banner has always been a new video every Saturday if there's capacity. And it's a joke. It's a almost a dig at investment banking. Staffers always ask you, do you have capacity, even though they well know you don't have capacity, and they continue to give you more deals or work. I feel like lately, as I've been really trying to live life to the fullest and concentrating on my startup work and also really committed to my church work, all while doing YouTube, blogging, vlogging, talking about my life, mentoring people, having time with my family or FaceTime, dealing with friends, all these different things. I've been feeling over capacity and feeling burnt out. And I think a part of this is good. I am someone that definitely does get better, if not enhances myself, works on myself, is progressing on who I am through being over capacity. In fact, I believe that people only grow when they're uncomfortable. And the best way to be uncomfortable, the best form of being uncomfortable, is to overstrap yourself with things to do. And most, if not all, the things that I do aren't negative things. I'm not spending my weekends going out all the time and spending money and getting drunk and destroying my liver. In fact, most of my weekends recently has been filled with hiking or dealing with problems with my friends or mentoring people, volunteering at my local church, things that I would assume most people would find positive. But even that comes a form of burning out. I think there's truly a limitation of how much a human brain, human mind can handle when it comes to a wide variety of things. In this gig economy, in this diversified, you have to do everything mentality world, I think oftentimes we need to accept that there are a number of things, a limitation of things you could possibly do. Back in the other generations, people can only do or was able to do one work and survive or feel like they were doing enough. They worked one job for 40 years and drew out a pension and lived happily ever after. And nowadays, the expectation is that you're doing multiple gigs. You rarely find anyone on LinkedIn or Twitter or even YouTube that has one title after their name. It used to be banker or lawyer or welder or waitress, but now it's banker at this, part-time at this, founder of this, leading this movement, standing for this. And I truly believe that there will come up a time where everyone will be burnt out. I'm actually scared in some ways that that will be the trigger of this recession or depression or big conflict that everyone is expecting. It's that everyone will be burnt out. And if everyone's burnt out, then no one will be able to do anything. I can't just throw a problem and not present a solution as I'm burnt out. I think the first step in trying to resolve burnout, and you can't fix burnout overnight. And in fact, I think it takes a lot of time to recover from burning out. The whole idea that once you burn out and perhaps you may never be able to go back to your original state, I think is also possible. But just as I've been doing this video, if you're dealing with a burnout or if you're in fear that you will be burnt out soon, I think the best remedy for burning out in the beginning is to accept that you're burnt out. I think for the longest time, I've shelved this idea, put away this idea that I could be possibly burnt out. I kept thinking to myself, I'm someone that is resistant to burning out. There's no way. I'm someone that does best in these burnout circumstances. But I think once I've let go of this unbelievable, unfathomable, unreachable expectation for myself, I have felt a lot better. I've just told myself I'm probably burnt out. I will probably be continuously burnt out if I don't change who I am, change my habits and lifestyle, and just accept that burning out is real. Secondly, I think it's somewhat toxic, but for me, at least it works. It's to accept that burning out is not all a bad thing, because through burning out, you learn a lot about yourself, you learn about your limitations, but it also means that you have hit your capacity and you know what your capacity is. You have done everything you possibly can, and perhaps the things that you're working on might not be leading you directly somewhere or making the world a better place, but you at least know what you're capable of. You know that limit that you are going to hit, and for next time, you know what not to hit to not burn out. I've also been more accepting in the sense that I still think I'm young enough that burning out doesn't mean no recovery. I think it'd be a lot scarier to be 40 and then really burn out and you feel physically destroyed, you feel mentally wrecked, and you just can't come back up. But I think the beauty / blessing of being young is that recovery is still there and recovery is still relatively fast. So no better time to burn out than when you're 25. I think fourth, and this is probably the most practical way to do it, practical thing to do, is to take breaks. You have to completely stop. And I think this half-ass way of breaking and then not doing anything is quite dangerous. You can't be doing kind of working and kind of not, because you're going to do both things not well. When you take breaks, when you want to recover from burning out, when you want to completely unburn out and fire in, you want to pause and stop everything. I've been really trying to do this mostly on Saturdays, as my Fridays are taken up, my Sundays are taken up. On Saturdays, I try to let go of everything. I try my best to turn off Twitter, no more social media, do things that I truly want to do, stay in bed as long as I want, and really let go and not think about the work that I have to do or the work that I haven't been doing or worried about not making my future better or successful. I think it's essential that when you are taking time off or relaxing in order to recover from burnout or just make it a very scheduled thing, you need to completely drop and let go. I've done a lot of things where I thought I was recovering. I thought I was trying to relax from burning out, but realistically, I was still thinking in my mind about things that I had to do, things that I had to work on, and it wasn't making it any better. In fact, I think because I had the anxiety of still needing to do something while not doing that, the burnout just continuously got worse. Today, I had a pretty real conversation. Hopefully this helped somewhat of me admitting that I've been burnt out. I even sound burnt out as my voice sounds more and more like Batman. And frankly, I think even after making this video, I'm going to feel burnt out and I'm not going to find a perfect solution for burning out. But I think it's important to recognize that burning out is a thing. It's important to recognize that burning out is definitely not a positive thing. And if you see yourself, or especially people around you, burning out, you should let them know and say, hey, you look burnt out. You should probably take some time off. I'm no proponent of being weak or being soft, but at the same time, what is real is very real. And I think it's important to be at a place where you have experienced burnout, especially if you've tried to remove yourself from burnout or ignore burnout, but you recognize that burnout is real. It's almost your burden to tell others that burning out is a very real thing and you have also dealt with it. As always, I thank you guys for watching. Nothing's fundamentally wrong. I just think it's important to use this outlet platform to let this word out. As always, I'll see you guys next time. Let's go.